Whether you know him for his box office smash hit movies like Friday or Are We There Yet? Or you know him for his music, you're probably familiar with 90s rapper and bad boy Ice Cube. And one thing about him that everybody knows is that he doesn't play around. So if he says something, he definitely means it. So when he came out and started saying that Hollywood elites were out here trying to ruin Jamie Foxx's career and life, a lot of people paid attention, and for good reason. What makes Ice Cube think that there's someone after Jamie Foxx? What did he say about the situation, and most importantly, is Jamie Foxx okay? Jamie Foxx recently made his first public appearance after having been in the hospital in a serious condition for some sort of mystery medical condition. Jamie was spotted on a boat in the Chicago River, waving at people and flashing a peace sign. Now, as you might notice, there are several of Jamie's family members with him on the boat. His family has actually been around him non-stop since he went into the hospital, and he's been doing rehab for his condition in facilities in Chicago, which is why the man is popping up all over town. Then he was seen at Topgolf in Illinois, where a witness said he had a great swing and a full range of motion.
Jamie Foxx, by the way, is everywhere in Chicago. Yeah, I mean, the guy...
Then he helped save a Chicago woman's purse. She'd been out and about with her family and accidentally dropped the bag during the commotion. And Jamie Foxx noticed her drop it, then swooped in like a white knight, grabbed it, and delivered it back to her.
Thank you, Jamie! Thank you, Jamie!
What a nice guy. After Foxx was seen on the boat, a source close to him said this: "He's just taking it easy. He's not really having any visitors or anything like that, but he's doing really well." That's great to hear after he'd been in such a serious condition, and we love to see him doing better. In case you don't know about his hospital stay in Atlanta back in April, when we say mystery condition, we don't mean like the doctors don't know what was wrong with him. What we mean is that Foxx and his friends and family have kept silent and given us basically zero information about what was actually wrong with him. He was on the set of an upcoming movie with Cameron Diaz called Back in Action on April 10th, and then his daughter Corinne posted this to Instagram on April 12th. "We wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, experienced a medical complication yesterday. Luckily, due to quick action and great care, he is already on his way to recovery. We know how beloved he is and appreciate your prayers. The family asks for privacy during this time." On April 21st, a source shared this: "He's okay, thank God. He's still in the hospital and doctors are running tests, but he's awake and alert. They're keeping him under observation." A few days after Jamie's hospitalization, production continued on the movie without him. His stunt double replaced him so that they could continue to shoot, which seemed in really poor taste to a lot of people, but like a lot of industry execs say, the show must go on. In May, Corinne posted another update saying, "Update from the family. Sad to see how the media runs wild. My dad has been out of the hospital for weeks, recuperating. In fact, he was playing pickleball yesterday. Thanks for everyone's prayers and support. We have an exciting work announcement coming next week too." A few days before that post, a source said that Jamie is stable and not in a life-threatening situation now. Doctors are doing more tests and want to be completely sure that he will be okay before allowing him to leave. And then the source went on to say that he'd been told to keep his stress levels down once he was discharged. We also know that Jamie was transferred to a rehab facility in Chicago. Now, that's pretty much all we've been told at the time about Jamie's condition and what caused him to go into the hospital. And it's definitely not much. There's a lot of room for speculation there, and that's exactly what happened. In fact, people think the footage of Jamie on the boat is so bizarre that they're speculating that it's either his body double posing as him or that the footage was recorded before he went into the hospital. Jamie hasn't been captured in any photos or videos since his hospitalization, until his boat outing. And a lot of theories have come out about that, because if his family really wanted to show fans that he was okay, the best way to do that is to provide photographic evidence, right? The most popular theory right now about Jamie's health crisis is that he had a stroke shortly after being administered the COVID-19 vaccine. In June, a journalist named AJ Benza reported that Jamie had a blood clot that made him blind and partially paralyzed. Of course, reps from Jamie's camp blew those claims off though, but it was enough to fan the flames on the COVID vaccine debate once again. Ice Cube recently came out with a video that exposes how gatekeepers in Hollywood had pressured him to take the vaccine, stating that they wanted to sabotage his career because he wasn't a member of their club.
What I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all gotta deal.
Now, Cube didn't name names or specify which club he was referring to, but fans said they understood what he meant. He also said that since he created his basketball league, the Big Three, mainstream media and the NBA had been trying to sabotage it.
A lot of people might say, like, well, but Cube, you want to work with the NBA. Really, I don't give a about working with the NBA. What I want them to do, when I say work with us, is to stop working against us. Stop doing that bullshit behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Mainstream media, you know, they ain't with us.
And then he said he would expose all of these gatekeepers by going on a podcast tour to get the word out. And he made good on his word, appearing on several podcast shows during the past few weeks. One of the things he's talking about is the Hollywood agenda involving the COVID vaccine. On Logan Paul's podcast, he stated that he's not an anti-vaxxer, but that he's not okay with the way that people were blackmailed and pressured into receiving the vaccine.
I'm not anti-vaccine. I've been vaccinated before, you know, many times throughout my life. It's an individual choice. It sucks that people were pushed out of their jobs, canceled, family members not associating with their own family because...
This isn't the first time that Ice Cube has voiced complaints about the vaccine. In November 2022, he said he'd shot down a $9 million role in a movie because he wouldn't take the shot. During part of his podcast tour to expose the Hollywood gatekeepers, he was a guest on the Joe Rogan show and discussed how he was pressured by movie producers to take the vaccine to get movie roles.
Producers talking to my people, and they're like, if he don't take it, you know, he can't be in the movie. It's like, he's not taking it. It's not taking it. It's like, okay, can't do the movie.
Interestingly, Ice Cube says he kept quiet about the situation and didn't tell anyone why he didn't get the role, but it was still somehow mysteriously leaked.
You know, where you're not supposed to reveal a person's medical status. And here it is, they print mine.
He said that the media portrayed him as ignorant because he wouldn't take the shot and it lost him a $9 million movie role, all while these gatekeepers kept putting pressure on him through his people. Rogan's reply to the situation was to speculate that since people won't be able to sue the manufacturers of the vaccine or the government, we'll soon likely see people suing the businesses and people who pressured them and coerced them into getting the vaccine. And it got some fans thinking that maybe that's what Jamie Foxx was planning. Jamie was hospitalized while filming for Back in Action, a movie with Cameron Diaz. And you'll remember that the journalist AJ Benza spoke out and said that Jamie had been pressured into getting the jab.
I had somebody in the room who let me know that Jamie had a blood clot in his brain after he got the shot. He did not want the shot, but the movie he was on, he was pressured to get it.
Of course, right now, no one has any proof that Jamie was planning to sue the production studio for making him take the shot. But right before he was hospitalized in April, he reportedly had an on-set meltdown. Ice Cube predicts that we'll never know the truth about what happened with Foxx because the Hollywood gatekeepers will suppress the story. Now, some people are speculating that these same gatekeepers tried to take Jamie out to keep him from speaking out about the forced issuance of vaccines in the movie industry. One fan said, "Once you're in, you're in. Nobody gets out alive. If Jamie got in, he's done some pretty bad stuff. Respect to Cube for telling them to F themselves. That's a man of strong character." Another said, "If I was Jamie Foxx, I would have just said, F my career. I have enough money. There's no point in trying to make money if it's going to kill you or force you to compromise your morals or values or health. Money's not worth it if you can't take it to the graveyard. People learn this lesson." Other people are pointing out how weird it is that Jamie is doing well enough to take boat trips and go play golf, but he apparently hasn't been well enough to post a video of himself to tell fans he's alright. One person said, "Why won't Jamie do a 5-second live to the fans?" Another fan said, "Not sure if this is a body double, but it's odd that he's far into the distance on a boat, moving swiftly with sunglasses. Until I see him walking, talking, and giving an interview, I won't buy what they're trying to sell me." However, since we began work on this script, Jamie actually has come out and spoke about his hospitalization and why he hadn't made videos before. Here's what he had to say.
I know a lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates, but to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man. I want you to see me laughing, having a good time, partying, cracking a joke, doing a movie, television show. I didn't want you to see me with tubes running out of me and trying to figure out if I was gonna make it through.
He said he didn't want people to see him hospitalized and wonder whether he'd live or die, and he describes the experience as having been to hell and back.
I went to hell and back, and my road to recovery had some potholes as well, but I'm coming back, and I'm able to work. So I want to thank the people that let me work, and I just want to say that I love everybody, and I love all of the love that I got.
As for how he's doing, an insider has said this: Jamie's recovery is going really well. He's on to the next chapter and appreciative of what happened to him, but he's not going to let it limit what he's doing on a daily basis. He's the type of person to do what he wants to do. It's mind over matter. When he feels ready to do something, he'll do it. He decides for himself when he's ready. He has a wonderful team surrounding him who have been so supportive, but also have kept him very protective. But some people are still skeptical about the announcement from him, thinking that the Hollywood gatekeepers won't let him reveal what truly happened, and are just telling him to make videos to appease the concerns of his fans. But what do you think? Did Jamie have a medical emergency as the result of a COVID shot he was forced to take? Do you buy his public video about his hospitalization? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay updated on our latest videos.